王になる男だ。
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track, Never Whack, bring it back, and we are back with Strawhat Sitdown, episode 138.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I am here with the gang as usual. You know what? I'm gonna go to Wyas first because my boy is looking mighty different today, yo. Wyas with the fresh cut, no more dreads. What's going on, my brother?
Sir. I switched it up, man. I'm chilling, bro. I'm glad to be here, man. This is like the second chapter in 6 weeks, I think. So, a great day, amazing chapter. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the shout out, Cali. It's sick, man. I look like a cue ball, but we in here. I'm excited, man. And first on the list, yo, it's a great day, bro.
Yo, it's lit. It's lit. We gotta switch it up, man. You feel me? Like you were saying, gotta do some new direction sometimes. Feel me? Let's you know what? We gonna keep switching it up. We gonna go to Mod next. You feel me? We gonna shuffle it around today. We going crazy. Mod, what's going on?
Okay. What's good, y'all? I'm doing pretty good. Had an amazing Thanksgiving. Hope everybody listening, watching, whatever, had an amazing Thanksgiving week as well. Yeah, I'm happy we got this chapter because I know in the coming weeks it's going to be kind of like a dark times type thing as far as chapters. Yes, sporadic chapters and stuff like that. So we'll take everything we can get. So let's get it.
Yes, sir. Last but not least today, that boy Mr. G in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's good, yo? What's up, yo? Yo, shout out to my doctor. Helped me this morning because I wasn't feeling too good and I was wheezing a lot, but gave me medicine and now I'm able to join you guys today, which I'm very happy because I did not want to miss this chapter.
Hell yeah.
W's.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, yo, great week. Thanksgiving was awesome. I know Oda. We saw pictures of Oda at the live action, right? Visiting the set and stuff. So, congrats. The GOAT deserves it all, and we got some more pictures of the live action actors.
Yo, live action Vivi's a baddie. Oh my god, bro.
God.
Yo.
Callie, you have to watch Bridgerton season 2 just to see her in it, bro. That's it.
I don't know what that is, but I will watch it if she's in it.
So she's in it. She's one of the main characters. She's in season 2. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely tap in.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I can't wait. This chapter was awesome, and we are back. So
we are back. The Shonen Jump app says we get another chapter next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's next week is probably the last chapter of the year. Is what I would assume because this is what 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, I think we'll get the unofficial of the one after that before the year ends.
Either the following week or the week after that, like around Christmas, we'll get that unofficial, and then the official will come like 2 weeks after that because it's normally the holiday break. It's gonna be spotty, but we're gonna get some content. We're gonna get some content in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but we did get a chapter this week, some banger stuff. The ending gave me a little chills. I can't lie. I'm interested. Twitter's going crazy right now. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's just get into it. You ready? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Chapter 1132, Adventures in Elbaf. We're back on the cover story. Somebody explain this to me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So it says here, Udon Castle, where the prison was, is being rebuilt. It's under So it seems like that Yamato and Otama, right?
Yeah.
Otama chased the thief to here. Yeah,
so
that's all we know.
So this would go in line. I don't remember which one of you guys said the theory that this is somebody looking to test Yamato or something along those lines. If this is somebody that has a hand in rebuilding the prison.
Yeah.
This would definitely go in line with that theory.
Yeah, it does. And then also if you look at like the top, you see like the wood stuff is being made out of wood. We know that the main carpenter of Wano was missing a few cover stories ago. So
the
fact that I think he's probably here building this up. What if they're doing this as a monument for the Straw Hats or for Yamato or Odin? Like we don't know.
I feel like there's an easier way to get the word out than kidnapping children, but I don't know if that's just me. You feel me? I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I feel like this is
the sword, yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
This is very convoluted, but I'm sure they have whoever it is has.
Yeah.
a
But I think
motive.
like yeah, like they all could be actors or whatever, right? I mean, I like that like we're in like the craziest like Truman Show thing like theory ever, but like. And then it's like a real like kidnapping plot. Like there's real criminals in Wano that are gonna be defeated. Like imagine that's the real twist, and we're just so far off. But yeah, I that's how it feels right now. But who knows?
Because
It could.
no,
Yeah.
go ahead, man. What do you say?
I was gonna say like we know. Do we know for a fact that like every single one of outside of Jack, right? Because I think he was the only one that's like kind of confirmed that like wasn't taken in, but outside of Jack, are we sure that like all of Kaido's peoples are gone? And I only say that in the sense that maybe one of them is working with the reconstruction of Udon, so of the reconstruction from the Udon prison. So maybe whoever's actually in charge, they're telling them to do this and do that, and then maybe they strayed off from that to quote unquote achieve the goal by doing these convoluted means of like kid taking the sword, taking children, or whatever. But maybe he was supposed to take them. Maybe he was supposed to, axe or something like that. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, maybe it was a Kaido subordinate that's working for someone else.
I personally don't think so, because I feel like there would be more destruction. I don't know if they would be rebuilding shit. Jack never seemed like that type of person, and we know that Queen and King were also defeated by.
What about the other flying six? Yeah.
We just saw them lose or whatever.
Well, no. I'm talking about in the sense of like, because we know the carpenter, right? He's gone.
Yeah.
We know that, and we know he builds things, and we see that we're at a prison that's a prison mine that's being rebuilt into the image of like a castle, a Udon castle. So that's a part of I'm assuming that's a part of the Wano reconstruction plan.
Yeah.
And I'm saying like maybe one of Kaido's subordinates worked for the carpenter or someone else who's involved, who's more good, but their method, they probably did something like, you know what I mean? They didn't.
They went rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they went rogue. I see what you mean. Like, but I think another thing about this is that it also could just be Oda showing us parts of the Wano reconstruction, like using this is like a could just
using
be like
as a device to get around the land and show us that what's going on. That's fair. Yeah, that's also fair.
Like maybe this building isn't part of the plot. It's like Oda's like, oh, by the way, look, Udon Castle is being built or rebuilt or whatever.
Yeah,
it could also be part of it too.
That's definitely fair. Yeah, we definitely still need more info. I feel like I've been saying that like the past 20 cover. That's every cover story though. Like we can't really tell what's happening until Oda tells us what's happening. So
that's like the end of every talking point, every chapter. Honestly,
that we could describe the end of every episode as we just gotta see. That's funny. But yeah, we do gotta see.
One Piece in general.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Right, let's get into the actual meat of the chapter. Pause. We start this chapter on the Giants. This is the Giants pirate ship?
Yeah, the Great Eric.
The Great Eric. This is the one that Robin and them are on.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We get some children or a child from Elbaf screaming and welcoming the ship back to the mainland. We see Broggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Making what is he doing with his hands here? I don't know what's going on there.
I think it's
no.
Yeah, because he asked like, "Are you guys gonna stop at the pub?" And I think he's giving him like.
Oh, because they're going straight because we see later on that they're not stopping on this level. They're going. Yeah. Okay, yeah, got you. Yeah. Right. So he comes in. And he says they're going straight up, right, and they're not stopping at the pub.
Yeah.
Right. The child, I assume, is going to meet up with them. Yeah, he's running on to meet them at the top. Yeah. Because the bartender, I guess his mom, I'm making a lot of assumptions here. The bartender says, if you're going up to the Sun World, then I've got Ripley's favorite here and a bit of Daddy's favorite too, giving a basket of food. I don't know any of these characters, so like this is, I feel like unless I'm missing something here.
No,
They're the characters from they're the characters right before Shanks fought Kid, right?
Are they?
yeah. These characters are the this is the kid that was asking Shanks to be part of his crew.
Okay,
That's what I thought.
No,
We've seen this kid before, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. But I think Callie's talking about.
I'm
Ripley
talking about
and,
Ripley's and whoever Daddy's is.
yeah.
I'm assuming it's.
I think Ripley.
Yeah.
I think Ripley's a new
those
giant.
characters. Oh, those characters. Yeah.
I think this is the first time we heard of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I also agree with this. Probably this kid's mom.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
He talks about Luffy, how he has one of the 4 emperors, how Rocky has one of the 4 emperors with him, and that even Shanks was talking about him, and we see a panel of Shanks telling them, "Don't forget the name Straw Hat Luffy."
That's sick.
Which is pretty sick. I can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Panel like this, really, panels like this really make it hard for me to believe. I'm off a little bit on a tangent here, but panels like this really make it hard for me to believe that Shanks is truly after the One Piece, the title of Pirate King, the grandeur of the world. You know what I'm saying? Because things like this just make me feel like he's really entrusting everything to Luffy, and like I feel like it's wishy-washy sometimes, especially like in Wano when he's like, we're going after the One Piece. He smokes not Kid,
Barto?
Bart, yeah, he smokes Bart.
Oh, Bart, yeah.
So like he makes these moves where it seems like he's trying to go after everything, and then he talks about Luffy and he says things like this, and he protects Luffy at Wano indirectly, but nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Like it's I feel like it's just so hard to gauge Shanks' true motives, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of this one panel, but that's just how my mind was.
It really is. No, you're right. It is hard to gauge Shanks' intentions, especially when you see him saying stuff like this. But I do, in my personal opinion, I do think he is going for the One Piece just because he took the role poneglyphs from Kid, and I don't think like he even said before he smoked Kid, that wasn't even like, I know they were offered to him to spare their ship, but he was planning on, he said, Kid, you got a choice. Tell Kid he could either, give up his poneglyphs and roll off, or, get cooked. It's
or we're
choice.
taking them, big dog. Yeah.
Like, so I think he is, but there's some ulterior like goal here, or some type of like reason why he's doing everything he does. That's why Shanks is like the ultimate plot, the ultimate wench within the plot. So
yeah,
we'll see how. I mean, we can see how that manifests, but it's super duper hard to call with him.
Yeah.
I also think that even if it's like Callie says, which I probably agree with, that he wants Luffy to do everything, like to fulfill his destiny, or be whoever, do everything he wants, right? Become Pirate King, save the world, whatever. And I think even if that's the case, I think there's also the element of like he has to stand in his way as like a guardian or like a gatekeeper, in the sense that I'm going to be the hurdle you have to clear. Yeah. For you to be what we both want you to be, right? So I think he still has to earnestly go for the One Piece to pose a threat and clear Luffy for the next, which is I guess defeating the world government or whatever. So yeah, even I think both things are true, that he has to going hard for the One Piece, but he also wants Luffy ultimately to defeat him for the One Piece.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be a shame when Blackbeard smokes Shanks' boots before Luffy gets the chance, man. It's gonna be a shame. Truly unfortunate.
Bro, I hope that it does not come to pass. Like, there's I hate that theory so much. The idea that Shanks is not going to see Luffy and he's going to get smoked by Blackbeard first. I hate that theory.
Don't worry, man. Oda can't even kill a nigga like Pell. He's not gonna kill Shanks. But I will say,
yeah, that's real.
I will say that, well, first off, it's funny because I don't even think that really applies to Shanks, because like he killed someone like Ace, so that like if someone has to die for the plot, they probably will. But my point is that, or what I really want to say is that the Shanks and Blackbeard rivalry, or like the head to head, I think it has to kind of come at some point. because of how much it's been building. But also Luffy and Blackbeard have to have real beef. So I just think I agree with Callie. I'm sorry, I don't think Shanks is.
You don't think they have my words, my God. You don't think that you don't think that Luffy carries some animosity towards Blackbeard for getting ace capture?
No, I think he absolutely does. I think that's what I mean by the beef with Blackbeard and Luffy also has come to a head. That's my point is that there's beef with Luffy and Shanks, and they both have to happen. Yeah. So I think like Shanks can't beat Blackbeard before Luffy does.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the only natural conclusion is that, I think Blackbeard and Shanks have to fight.
Yes, and I think that fight has been foreshadowed and predetermined for a long time. That fight is gonna come at some point.
So imagine Blackbeard loses to Shanks and Shanks walks out like fine, and it's like Luffy versus Blackbeard. It's like bro, you already lost to my big homie. You know what I mean? I feel like Blackbeard is going to. That's this is such a tangent. But yeah, I just think Blackbeard
is a crazy tangent. I'm not gonna lie. It's just
wait. That's fine. I'm not saying I have a problem with Shanks and Blackbeard fighting and Blackbeard beating Shanks. I actually don't have a problem with that. My problem is the idea that that's gonna happen before Luffy and Shanks even meet. That is the theory I hate.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Shanks and Luffy are on a collision course clearly from Oda.
And he's right on his tail too, Luffy on Shanks' tail. So
yeah, like, cause I get the setup. Like, I get why it's going to happen, but the old theory was that Shanks and Luffy will never meet because Blackbeard's going to smoke. Yeah, because Blackbeard's going to smoke Shanks.
No, see, that would be fucked up. That would actually be fucked up.
Yeah, and then Luffy smokes Blackbeard out of rage or something like that, even though he already had rage from
Gear 6! Okay. Angry form!
Right.
Gear rage, gear death!
And then the theory goes symbolically, like, Luffy returns the hat to Ace's corpse or his tombstone or something like that. Yeah, like, I'm like, bruh, I hate that so much. I do not like that.
Bro, this is what's gonna happen, bro. You gotta see Luffy's gonna see the ending of Shanks getting smoked by Blackbeard. Body goes on the ground. Luffy walks up, fights Blackbeard. Once he beats him, he puts the hat right on Shanks' head, and then that's the end of the series. There we go.
And that would be actually
each your order right here.
Now, Pete, bro, they're gonna do this on the final island. All that's gonna happen, Luffy's gonna put the hat on Blackbeard and say, "You were the One Piece all along."
Let's get back to the chapter.
Oh man, D3 was here today, bro.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's get back to it. We definitely on a tangent. Okay, yeah, so the little boy is, I guess, on his way up to the quote-unquote Sun World. I don't think at this point in the story the layers have been established. That's later in this chapter. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so everybody's heading up as the Giant's pirate ship is heading to wherever they're heading. They run into Harudijin and
Stanson.
Thank you. Harudijin and Stanson. Honestly, I'm proud of this guy's Harudijin. I'm not gonna lie. I'm proud of myself.
We're proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
I'm
agree, bro.
My ankles are broken. I think because by the way, I read chapter literally an hour ago. Like I couldn't read it all weekend. Like but I was really confused at first as to how Hydrogen and Stanson are at sea because they just caught the moose like last chapter.
But they were walking though.
No, they was moving.
No, they were moving. That's my point. Like, I felt like that was like a second ago, but maybe some time has passed.
Remember the giants, the old giant pirates weren't near the island yet. When
they decided to go.
Yeah,
you're right. And I guess it seems like what we're about to see is one of the best ways to get to the higher realm. So
so they were bound to convene at some point. This is the only path. Yeah, so they run into each other. They say perfect timing. The rainbow has touched down. Let's ride their coattails. We see this giant rainbow stemming from the second layer of the island all the way down to the sea where the ship is. The whole crew is in amazement that there is a rainbow tangible in front of them.
Have you seen rainbows before in One Piece?
Oh, I was about to say, like, in real life, like, okay. I don't think that, not that I recall.
Yeah, I can't really think of one off the top of my head, like a rainbow in the story.
I feel like we vaguely have, like vaguely, like
Well,
it was probably in like the background of a sky or something like that. I don't
yeah, I
remember
mean,
exactly where.
the way the crew reacting, they've seen rainbows before, so it's been.
Oh yeah,
It's
for
not
sure.
like
Yeah.
This isn't like a crazy thing in the One Piece. Well, rainbows in general aren't crazy in the One Piece world, but
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
one
yeah.
specifically is
Yeah.
different.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. It's weird. I just can't think of a specific time. Yeah.
I mean, that's such a vague thing. That's like. That's a vague thing to specifically recant
Bro,
from a
niggas
story.
Niggas be quoting a page of a panel.
Nah, you're right.
2, 3,
You're
4.
right. Nah, you're
you know, like,
If there's any story to remember the most obscure detail, it's definitely One Piece. So you got a point. Yo, Mod is over there thinking. I see it in his face. He's still trying to think it, bro.
I really am.
so fucking
I
funny.
really am. You know what's funny? I feel like the intro in the One Piece anime, I think there was a rainbow.
Yeah, in one of the OPs, there definitely. I do remember that in one of the OPs for sure.
Yeah. I'm
For
trying
some
to
reason,
think like in the story too.
I was thinking like for some reason like Skypiea when we saw Luffy's like the shadow in the sky.
I was considering that too.
Yeah,
But
I don't think so. I think he just parted the clouds or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Most likely Skypiea. I feel like there was something in Water 7. Vaguely. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, this rainbow is a lot different than a regular rainbow anyway. Apparently, they draw these rainbows with painters, which are these cube devices.
And I think when Stanson and Hodgson found that moose thing, they were like, "How do we get up to the village?" And they're like, "Yeah, we don't have a painter." So now we know.
Oh, they did say that. I remember that.
It
Yeah,
did say that, yeah.
Now we know what that is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're using these painters to draw rainbows. As they get close to the base of the rainbow, they tell everybody strap in, hold on to your britches. It's gonna get bumpy.
So real quick, what the painters reminded me of were like smaller poneglyphs, right? But not just that. If you guys remember, I'm a comic book head. The Bifrost was very rainbowy when they used to from Asgard to Earth.
Yeah.
And what did they need? They needed the cube. That's the cube that the bad guys Loki was going for in the beginning of Avengers 1.
Oh, the Tesseract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So and then also Mjolnir was able to access the Bifrost. That's why Thor was able to go back and forth because he just had Mjolnir. So I thought it was pretty cool seeing that there's something similar in Oda's world that they're using it too. Like, so this is his form of Bifrost, like the rainbow and everything like that.
Right.
That's cool.
And that's why. Thank you for saying that actually, because that put hella shit together. I was wondering something though. Can they make that rainbow? Does it have to be from sea to up there, or do they do that?
I would assume.
I don't think so because of what Stanson said to Hodgson.
Right.
Like we don't have a painter, and they were on land. So I'm assuming that if they had a painter, they could go from like that level to the second level or whatever. So yeah, it seems like you can just do whatever the fuck you want with these things.
It's a very interesting device for sure.
Yo, so real quick before we get off the rainbow thing, because I looked it up real quick. Apparently they did see a round rainbow once before, Volume 50, Chapter 490.
I'm trying to remember what 490 is, but I can't.
490. Let me see. Alabasta, past that.
Yo, we got computers. We literally have computers, guys. So this is a Google search away.
Do I have the motivation to search up 490 One Piece?
I mean, so this was on the SBS. The question was, "Hello, Oda Sensei. In Volume 50, Chapter 490, there was a circular rainbow. The other day, I saw one in our school courtyard. How does that happen? Please show me brilliantly, whatever." And then he replies, "That's amazing. You can't see circular rainbows on the Earth's surface except in the rarest of circumstances. But it's true. Circular rainbows really do exist. I drew one in that panel. Actually, all rainbows are basically circular." And then he shows like a panel with the sun. He used the sun pirate symbol. And so then he says, "This may be hard to understand, but rainbows occur when sunlight reflects off water droplets, and the light is broken down. A rainbow won't appear unless the sunlight, water droplets, and position of the observer of an observer appear as in the diagram on the left. It seems the angle of the reflection of the light off the water. He just explained everything.
is
It's just
Oda?
like, you gotta be perfect. Yeah, it's Oda doing.
Damn,
But
man.
yo,
I just put it in our group
he
chat.
put on his teacher's hat, bro.
He really did.
490 was the end of Marineford.
Yeah, it's
It was, but it wasn't at Marineford. It was like as things were happening.
I think it's right
around
before
the world and
Saboti.
shit. Yeah, no, wait,
Yeah,
what?
it's right before. It's right before I went to the chapter at the end. It's right before they get to Sabaody, and yeah, it's like Marineford stuff is happening. Like I think Ace got captured or whatever. And yeah,
Wait,
like they're in the
wait.
Grand Line.
No, wait. This is saying this is the end of the war.
Yeah, it's not. It's just not. It's not right. I'm sorry.
So this is wrong. Okay.
It is. But,
I'm on episode, not chapter. My bad.
boom. That's,
yeah.
I just because I have like vague ideas of what 500, 600 is, and I think 600 is
That's
the end
like
of.
Fishman Island, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that was
Got
supposed to be the end of the war.
you.
But yeah, so this is it's just like them on the Grand Line before Sabaody. They're just like there's like tornado, waterfalls, like there's like a sea raccoon, and they see a solid round rainbow. Yeah, that's 490.
Interesting.
That's the Strawhat Sitdown segment on Rainbow.
Yep. What did it say that this occurrence that the Straw Hat saw is actually still a very rare occurrence, even for.
But it exists in
people
real
Straw
life.
Hats.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah. So the ship ends up going vertical, riding the rainbow, directly up. The entire Straw Hat crew is flabbergasted. Robin is explaining the scientific explanation behind rainbows, kind of like Oda. And then the Giant's like, "Yeah, what are you talking about? We just ride on the rainbows, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you talking about. We riding these joints."
This shit's magic, bro.
And yeah, we got this really nice panel here. This is a sick panel. Them riding the rainbow like it's a sea. Found there's no resistance on the rainbow, so all you gotta do is roll a little bit and it'll carry you the rest of the way. Get nice panels of Robin and Bonnie reacting.
That was sick too.
Everyone reacting, yo. Fucking Franky, Jinbei's like, yo, Luffy and the others are gonna lose their minds when they see this shit.
Yeah. It's nice reactions.
Does anyone find it interesting, like that? Like in a slick kind of way, Oda is just like including Bonnie and all this, like
yeah, of course, bro. It's fire, man.
I love it.
I think same thing about Vegapunk.
That's what I was gonna say. She's also been including Lilith in all these same panels, so
yeah,
especially one panel we'll see later, which I was like, oh man, this the Straw Hats? You know what I mean? Like,
I see it.
Oh, look at that! We get two Straw Hats. Hats.
I also this kind of brings me to think is like, bro, where's Kuma, bro? Like they showed him like smiling at the end of Egghead. I just wonder, like, has he never said anything? He's just chilling in the back.
Nah, his body is definitely still
just like
cooked.
Yeah. One thing I will say I did like was it made me think of the All Blue a little bit, was the fact that Bonnie mentions like this is a sea of colors, like all different colors together.
That's cool.
So it just, I don't know, it just made me like think of the All Blue, and like I wonder if there's like a lake that's like a smaller version of the All Blue in Elbaf, because it seems to be untouched. You know what I mean? Like, but it's cool that Oda's still adding more history, more lore to One Piece, and it's awesome. Like,
yeah, I think in this chapter, especially like towards the end, we get to see that like Elbaf is like we don't know the first thing about this place. It seems.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The Giants.
I will say.
Go ahead.
I will say, sorry, what Mrs. said about like just Bonnie, bringing up Bonnie and all that stuff, and it just made me think of like. It just made me really sad because I thought about her, like them wanting to go on trips together, and her and Kuma and seeing things and stuff like that. I need Kuma to be. I need Vegapunk to fix him, man.
And you know what's beautiful? Bonnie is like this generation's Robin, in a way, and it's nice seeing Robin like taking her in and like
Oh yeah, I see it.
She was the one holding her and stuff like that. So
yeah, this is. I really like that panel of them like bonding. It's really sick.
Yeah,
for sure. So
sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking about that panel. Maybe read what Robin actually says, and she's just telling her like there's so many amazing things in the world, and it just makes me think of Saul telling her that kind of like, as long like the world's a good place. You know what I mean? I just thought it was cool to see the growth of Robin. Sick.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not gonna cut you off, Gek.
All right, yeah, I wanted to make sure, man. So the Giants have a little bit of a conversation. They talk. Harujin talks about the Musi Court for the Straw Hats to feast upon when they finally meet. And yeah, they're riding that rainbow. Back down in the underworld, or the bridge between the underworld and the sun world, we see Luffy flying from the forest area back onto the bridge, and he passes Gerd and other
Goldberg and Gerd.
Goldberg and Gerd. Excuse me. Carrying the Sunny, holding the Sunny, carrying it across the bridge. He calls out, "That's our ship," and Leap stretches his way towards the Giants, who are enthralled to finally meet Luffy.
Yeah.
Gerd is completely smitten by Luffy.
We all know Luffy got that Riz, bro. Shit, Hoshi, all the girls, bro. Who else? Reiju, Vivi,
especially.
You know, like
that's the
GOAT, bro.
That is the GOAT indeed.
It's the GOAT, bro.
Yeah, so Gerd is smitten. She lets Luffy know that she's not like the weirdo Roto, doesn't want to lock him up and just wants to be friends.
She almost has like a pet like attraction to humans. I feel like it's like a little like child, like condescending almost. It's like, oh my god, little humans, you know what I mean? I don't think I've seen it. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, my memory of other Giants is like not the greatest, but I think it's a funny dynamic to see.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah.
It could be a little concerning. We'll see.
Yeah, so she just continues to apologize for Roto, talking about how she knows they were brought there against their will. Luffy makes a connection that they're talking about the guy with the mask. And then Goldberg says, "You just flew up from the underworld. Did you fall down there?" And Luffy makes a crazy shocked, startled face. Like, this face is crazy, I'm not gonna lie. And then we get a quick flashback to, I guess, right before Luffy has left the underworld, where why am I blanking on his name? Holy shit. Loki, thank you, Jesus Christ. Where Loki says to Luffy, "Don't tell anyone about meeting me or our little promise. You got that, Luffy." This causes Luffy to stutter over answering Goldberg's question. But Goldberg says, "Don't worry about it, man. It's fine. We're just glad you're here."
And they also mentioned the fact that he's sweating so much and it's freezing there. So
yeah, he can't tell a lie.
Luffy can't tell a lie. I don't know if you guys ever seen the show New Girl, but one of the characters, Nick Miller, cannot tell a lie. If he sees you hiding something and like he knows where it is, he's gonna immediately, and like you gotta hide it, he's gonna immediately start sweating, bro. Like he's like sweating through his clothes and everything. He cannot. So this moment really gave me that vibe, and I was like, yo, that's so fun. Yeah, dude, because Luffy can't. He's a simple guy. He's an honest guy, so he can't lie. So he's really
it's like
stressing.
When he's a kid, Ace and Sabo. I remember he couldn't hide the truth from. I think the pirate that was trying to jump them or whatever wanted their treasure. But actually, Luffy didn't tell them. Oh, what a goat, man! Oh, sorry, I just had to think about how goated Luffy was. But it's crazy how that we get to. I guess we get kind of confirmation that Luffy agreed to free Loki, right?
Well, we don't know what the promise is.
Yeah, I'm about to say we don't know what it is.
We're assuming that it's freeing him.
I think it's safe to assume because I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah. What else does Loki want, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's an enigma, bro. I have no idea.
But what is it that they could have made a deal on? Because the deal implies that he's going to do something for him.
We saw both of what they wanted. Luffy wanted more info on Shanks and why Shanks was just here, and why he called him a coward too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally got the prelude to.
Yeah, we got like their parts of the deal. But that's what he said. He's like, "Yo, I'll tell you if you free me," and then we leave, and then suddenly they have a promise now, and it's like,
yeah.
I think it's like the conclusion Oda wants us to drop for sure. Like maybe there's other stuff.
Yeah, but then he might pull something off on us and
for sure. I don't think Luffy should trust him anyway. but he seems to.
Yeah, I'm about to say if he wants more info on Shanks, we're at the. I mean, I don't think Luffy knows that this is like.
Yeah, there's really not much for it to go on, other than I guess story blog kind of bring up Shanks a good bit. But yeah, maybe I wonder how much Luffy knows about that.
I'm about to say like I want like we seen them mention Shanks in front of Luffy, so if there's any like info. I don't feel like Luffy would do this just to find out why he feels like he's a coward person. Like I don't know.
I think it's more of like you just saw Shanks. Okay, like I need info on like where he was when you saw him. Blah blah blah. I think it's like not less so like the coward thing. He doesn't get. He hopes he doesn't say that again. But I'm sure it's more about learning where Shanks is and what he's up to. Because it seems like Luffy knows it like now.
Get that info from Dory, Broggy, people who are actually talking to him and
stuff. For sure,
like...
but this is the same guy that like when Nojiko was telling Nami's backstory, Luffy went to sleep. Like, that's true. Like he's not the most like paying attention to everything. You know what I mean?
But I will say, I was just gonna say, I will say that we do know Luffy has a good sense of character, right?
Yes.
So I don't think he would have agreed if he didn't have like some form of trust for Loki. But that also deals into the whole thing with Elbaf that we don't know, like the Loki being a trickster and shit like that. So like it's still just very ambiguous.
Well, yeah, I mean, my thing is that like I feel like it's something different. I feel like it just has to be just because like that seems so anticlimactic to me.
Yeah, and it's too easy.
Yeah. This dude is chained at the bottom of Underworld, like for
the tree.
I hope Luffy's not a moron. Yeah.
Like, there's no way that like just in a meta sense, and I'm not even talking about in story. I'm talking about meta wise. Oda would build this up just for the promise to be where Shanks is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
This is too suspenseful.
Do you think there's something Luffy wants more than that?
Yeah, I'm not really mad at that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Especially after we've seen how he reacts every time Shanks gets mentioned, how he reacted at Loki calling Shanks like, after his name. Yeah, like
he's like, yo, you saw Shanks? Where was he? Blah,
yeah.
But I understand, I just want to know, like, I'm just curious. Do you have any thoughts on what it could be that Luffy wants? What more could Luffy want from this guy, from this conversation? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like we're gonna get more info on Loki in general. That will have we'll have moments when we look at Luffy later on in different chapters, because we still don't, because of us not knowing, what the deal they made is, but. Every time something gets mentioned around Loki or something that is like adjacent to who he is, we're going to see like panel shots, close-ups on Luffy and all this other stuff. Whether he might have like the ... thing or the
just like his pops, bro. Just like his pops.
Yeah. So we'll see. So in that, but in regards to what the actual deal is. I don't know. I don't feel like, but the reason why I don't feel like it's Shanks is because I feel like Luffy, correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't Luffy made deals in the past with other people and they were more like tangible than that?
The only one that I remember is his deal with Law to take out Daffy.
I was gonna say the one I can remember is the one with Zeph to defeat Stone Creek.
Oh yeah, Zeph too. Yeah, to clean the kitchen.
I meant like the one to get out of that to like defeat Zeph and to defeat Stone Creek, and then it doesn't have to be Choi Boy anymore.
Well, I mean, both of them were deal. Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah, and this is all, plus Luffy has conspired at one point to, even though they were going to give him the treasure anyway, he was conspiring to steal Skypiea treasure. And so I don't know. I feel like it's something that's just a little bit more tangible than where Shanks is, even though that is a tangible, but I'm saying like something even more immediate.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think there's definitely more to it, but we'll see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
let's keep it going
for sure. Let's run a little bit because we definitely been talking. I'm gonna try and move through it a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so we are now on the Sunworld, second level of Elbaf. We have someone screaming that they found you. Come back to me, my precious little dolls. This is Rollo.
You got it first. Yeah, Roto. Yeah.
Roto, damn, I was right. I didn't believe in myself. We have him. finally finding Nami and Chopper. And now he's like, before anyone finds out, I have to lock you up more securely so I can keep you for life. He lunges out to try and grab Nami and Chopper, and he falls into a trap and gets smacked in the face with a tree trunk. Yeah, Nami is like, I can't believe it. Even animals wouldn't fall for that trap. Usopp's like, Zoro and Sanji, you guys overdid it. Zoro's like, we can't get in trouble. He's like, we can't get in trouble. We didn't touch him.
Which is true.
Yeah. So they're getting ready to leave from this spot, but they end up running into Goldberg, Gerd, and Luffy with the Sunny. They shout out Roto. There's like, oh, there he is, and then Roto says, that sounds like Gerd. She's coming to rescue me. And no, he takes a fucking a sovereign blow to the fucking back of the head. Like,
look at you, Callie. Look at you remembering the attack.
I don't think that was the full name. It was something like that. I was close. We'll take it. It was sovereign though. You're right. Yeah. Oh yeah, he takes the blow straight to the head. Gets absolutely smoked. And yeah, the Giants, who they were once avoiding, have finally met. Luffy's with them. The Sunny's there, and we have a half reunion now at this point. They now have their ship. They have met the Giants. Gerd introduces herself as Hadruden's friends, and lets them know that they'll be escorting them from this point forward. Luffy, being the adventurer that he is, runs off with Usopp, who is excited about this island, and they go ahead of the rest of the crew, while the rest of them hop in Gerd's arms. I can't really tell what's going on there. Or hands. Something I can't tell what's going on, but they're behind Luffy. Back on the Giants pirate ship, they are making their way over the rainbow. After doing that, Brocky is going over the layout of the island. It's the underworld at the bottom, sun world in the middle, and astral world at the top. I believe the TCB said heaven, I think.
Yeah, they said heaven, the sun realm.
Yeah.
And land of the dead or whatever.
Yeah, astral world is cool. Now, they let them know that they live on the sun world, where the sun's rays reach, and that there are a whole bunch of villages on that layer of the island.
I found that sun's rays line kind of interesting. Like, does that make it different than heaven and the underworld?
Well, we know that the sun doesn't reach the underworld. I think they mentioned that at some point.
They did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming that the astral is above the clouds, even like the sun doesn't hit it, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then the astral world also gave me the astral planes from Black Panther, like those vibes. Like, I wonder if it deals with some spiritual shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure. I was actually reading this. I was very interested as to what the astral world consists of, because we have a basic idea of the first two layers. We don't know anything about that time.
My guess was the kingdom, like the royalty, like Hadrian's like father and Loki. Like, I'm assuming like the nobility might live there,
like a god realm type of thing, like
maybe
like Mount Olympus.
Yeah, especially considering the devil fruit ability they said that the guy had. I don't like if that's because strength is power here, right? And if that ability gives you so much power, I don't see who should live above you in that sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I also really enjoyed before how nonchalant but also like calculated Zoro was. He's like, we're setting up this plan, you know, and like, see, the evidence is gone now, bro. Like, don't like we ain't touch them, so we're good.
The casualness of that line there. Now the evidence, I really like it. He's just, his face is chill. He's just vibing. See, we didn't do anything. Yeah.
And also shout out to Oda, yo. The Over the Rainbow thing. I'm in a wicked mood right now, you know, because of the movie. But I thought it was perfect timing. You know, the rainbow shit. Wicked came out last week, so yo, shout out to you, Oda.
That
I
panel
see
in
you,
the
bro.
middle of left page is really sick too. Like them like going over it. It's fire.
Yeah, and like the clouds over the horizon. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
definitely
really
cool.
The the song "Over the Rainbow" just keeps playing in my head when I saw
Yes,
that. So I was like,
Yeah, so that Dorian and Ronnie let them know that you're not going to be able to see all the villages from this point, but this is our village, and here we get the amazing double page spread of a village in Elbaf.
yeah.
My goodness, this looks beautiful. I
Yep.
just gotta
Very
say,
beautiful.
like,
I can't lie, that top left panel made me tear up a bit. We see
Yep,
Luffy
yep.
and Usopp from when they first found out about Elbaf, and just talking about how someday they'll finally make it here, and Usopp's crying, Luffy's filled with joy. This is a really nice panel, man. This is a really
like the
nice
Luffy
page.
face is so good. Usopp
Yeah.
crying. Like I feel like
Yeah.
this Usopp, because we see Usopp
Yeah.
like cry out of fear or whatever, but
Nah, but this is
Usopp crying face is so like he's in awe. Like he's like,
Yeah.
I'm finally here. It's actually so.
Yeah.
I'm getting emotional right now. Actually,
I know it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's one of
Yeah.
those for sure.
it definitely is.
It's one of his goals. You know what I mean? Like it's to make it to Elbaf was one of his goals in life, and he fucking finally did it. You know, so
And I think
like,
it's so
it's
sick
just
that
beautiful.
Oda gave them like the moment. He's like he wrote like Luffy saying, Usopp, let's go ahead
Yes.
for them to see it at like first and at once. It's the best, man.
Yeah.
And also, in my personal opinion, I mean, take this how you will. I feel like this is the very first tangible dream that we received from like one of the main casts in the entirety of One Piece.
Nah, for
you
sure,
know?
bro. For sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
obviously, Usopp's is to be a great warrior of the sea, but I feel like
That was like A, like 1A. This is like 1B. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
exactly. So like once we get closer to finding like the all blue and getting Zoro to be the world's greatest swordsman and all that other stuff, we'll see similar stuff like that.
we're like since we're in the final saga, we're starting to hit those goals now. You know what I mean? This is the first one.
Yeah.
Usopp getting to Elbaf, that was one of his dreams. Now we'll see who's next, and then we'll go on from there. Like, so I wouldn't, I'm not gonna be too surprised because we're near the end, so everyone's gonna start getting their goals hit. So
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Yeah, for sure. At this point, we get a narrator start to talk over the last few pages.
Yeah.
And so he says, to be in the presence of the gargantuan is to know emotion. Who can possibly put this sight into words that convey its grandeur? I feel like I used that word earlier. I think I did.
You did.
You did. That's
Yeah, you used it right. You used it right too. Shit.
No, I did. It's just cool. This is Elbaf Island, the kingdom of Warland. We get everybody's reaction to seeing the island for the first time.
That's so sick.
And we also get Luffy and Usopp running into the rest of the crew.
Yep.
Or the crew on the ship anyway.
Yeah.
Because we know Goldberg and Gerd have the guys that were in the underworld with them. But this is more or less a reunion of a majority of the crew. The ones that were looking for the ones that are found.
I do love that we got to see all the Straw Hats reunite and see Elbaf together for the first time.
Yeah, Oda's like direction there was really sick.
Yeah, because like you're seeing all their, like, even Zoro's putting up his glasses like in amazement. Like everybody is just in awe, which is awesome.
I feel like every time there's a Straw Hat reaction and Zoro has a big reaction, that's like a tell. Like when the Raizo is safe moment, even Zoro, like I'll never forget Zoro. Even Zoro's face is like shocked, and yeah, this is one of those ones for sure. It's so.
Meanwhile, Sanji is just on Gerd's, bosom,
this
and
clown,
he's just
man,
chilling. He's like, I'm in heaven right now, boy.
Weirdo, does not care. That's a sick man right there.
Oh, we all would have done the same. I'm just saying.
So Luffy and Usopp see them. I guess Chop is with them too.
Yeah, Chopper is with them. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I guess he ran behind them.
I'm glad Oda ignored that nigga for the last page.
No,
No,
honestly though, I think Chopper's face. Not that I got no hate for Chopper, but that was a Luffy Usopp moment. They needed that for sure.
Yeah.
You see Chopper in the back behind Usopp before when Luffy started running off with Usopp. Well, Chopper was right behind him.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, little brother. Yeah, so they reconvene. Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper are completely shocked because this is the first time they see them actually on the rainbow, which is what not Franky, what Jinbei had said earlier too. They're gonna lose their marbles when they see this.
Yeah.
It's just wild, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. To finish the narrators words. This is Elbaf Island, the kingdom of Warland, but most simplify the matter by just using the name Elbaf for the land of the giants. Plants, trees, vines, flowers, insects, fish, birds, and animals. Everything is breathtakingly huge. Adventurers, do not regret your lost time here. However, if there is one message you take away from my account of this gigantic and mystical land of Elbaf, let it be this word of warning. Do not overstay your welcome here. Luis Arnot, Explorer. Ooh. End of chapter.
Boom. I got chills, bro. As you said it, I'm not gonna lie, I got chills.
No, when I first read it, I got chills. I was like, oh, because honestly, up to this point, it's been a lot of like whimsical fairy tale land stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Fable stuff, yeah.
This chapter,
right? So like to get a hint of some ominousness. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I'm saying. To get a hint of ominous, is definitely is a nice juxtaposition. Thank you. I just fucked that up so bad. You're my goat, Wise.
You got it, boss.
It's a nice one of those. Yeah,
for sure.
And not just that, but you guys see the little silhouette in the panel before that, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Before we talk about the message, let's talk about this panel. We have a silhouette walking amongst the giant plants and animal, and there's also this, I don't know if this giant bear is of any importance, but I feel like they would just have a giant bear just standing here.
I think no reason, way it's looking at the camera is supposed to like have that ominous feeling. Like it's just like, so like, why is it looking at me, nigga?
Yeah, like it's looking directly at us, and then we got this random random silhouette walking along the bottom edge of the panel, half cut off. It's almost in a way that you could miss it if you're not paying attention.
I think I almost did the first time, and I think it looks like that silhouette that we saw.
Yeah, before when we got to
Elbaf. Before we even got to Elbaf, we saw the guy was like, "Welcome" or "Come on."
The last chapter, Meghead. Yep, and I definitely think that's what it looks like. It also, now that we see the side profile, I want to say it looks more like also like the guy that was in that cover page with Crocus that was drinking with him. The guy with wearing like that hat, and he had like long, like yellowish white hair. That is what makes that makes me think of. And that's my take on the silhouette. It's very, you can almost miss it.
Yeah, you can. Do you guys think that the silhouette is possibly Luis Arnot?
No.
That was my takeaway at first, and I'm not sure now, but I still think it's possible. But I will say about Luis Arnot is that he must have made it off the island at some point. He might be back now, but Luis. Okay, have you guys heard more about this guy?
Yes.
Not too much. Just that he was mentioned in, I want to say, Little Garden, right? The book?
And that's actually the only other time he comes up in the story. When they see the giants for the first time, that chapter, Nami is looking for a book that she finds on the Grand Line. She found like on this call. It's an adventure it's a book about the adventure on the Grand Line, and it's called Brag Men. And the book says Little Garden, the Island of Giants, and that's how that chapter ends with Luffy meeting Dory, I think. But it comes up again in Ohara when the scholars are throwing books into the rivers to save them from the fires. Oda puts that book on the panel, on the page. You can see that's one of the books being thrown, as if like to say like, yo, don't forget this book exists.
Oh shit.
And now I think this is an excerpt from the book again about Elbaf.
From the very same book, or
because the book is just about Grand Line Adventure. So I'm assuming it's from the same book.
Okay.
So I missed it. He had to have gotten off the island for that book to go into circulation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But he could always go back. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. He could still be him coming back, and I wonder if, now that I'm talking about it, I wonder if Louis Arnot, because when I finished chapter, I was like, okay, so Oda's gonna tell us who Louis Arnot is, someone to be adventuring with all throughout the Grand Line. But who knows? Now I'm not so sure, but it could be him.
Bro, there's just so much to take away from just this ending, like the fact that there's the narrator, like how you were saying in the message, adventurers do not regret your lost time here. So like, is there like a time warp in Elbaf? Because I remember that there was a long time where the giants weren't seen. You know what I mean? So like, what if they were just here, but time outside is different? Like, 1 week, 1 day here is like a month outside of the world, type of shit. You know what I mean?
So that's the main theory going around the One Piece sphere right now, is that the time moves differently between here and the real world. Whether it moves slower, like a year in Elbaf is a day outside, or if it's the opposite way, a day in Elbaf is a year outside, one way or the other. That is one of the theories going around. I'll just read off some of the things that I've seen over the past weekend. When Shanks first got to the island and the little boy was talking to him, he was like, "Oh, you're getting ready to leave already?" He was like, let me see. He was like, yeah, it's time to go. I think I must have lost track of time. It's a little random, but it also might not be random because it's Oda and he does things like that.
Yeah.
Another crazy hint that I actually just read on Twitter. Shout outs to Writing Panini on Twitter. He's made a callback to 3D2Y and is thinking that instead of 3 days, instead of 2 years, it's 3 days or 2 years. And his reasoning for this claim is the chapter number. This chapter is 1132.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So
what?
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
Yeah, people are speculating that we're gonna get some type of time warp, time loop, time skip happen here.
And honestly, if there is, that would, because I know I was saying before that I think there will be a time skip. This would be a perfect way. Like they stay the same, but then like next thing you know, Yamato joins them and Otama, and she's older. You know what I mean? Like a few years older type of shit. And
that's how they get to fulfill some of the Otama promise, right?
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and Momo
shoot.
too. So it's like them Straw Hats training here would be sick. And then I don't know.
I don't think I want to pour a little cold water, because I think that a time skip for the rest of the world would be nuts. Especially if it doesn't serve, I think, much of a purpose for the Straw Hats. Like if they're just spending 3 days here, and then it turns into like a long time. Because why? I understand there's a few of these things, but like the Tama and other things, but I feel like it's just I think the cool thing about the Final Saga right now is that things are exploding on one island, one after the other. We go to the next. We jump from Egghead to Winter's Island, Law versus Blackbeard, to Garp and Kobe. I think that kind of doing the same thing with Wano, of being cut off for a long time and then getting an update, is a little repetitive. That's all I'm saying about the time.
You know what? That could be a lot.
I do have some pushback on that. I would say that the last few arcs we have been mirror parallels of pre-time skip arcs. So if we're going in that direction, then this would be the mirror parallel of I don't want to say Marineford, but just
the halfway part. Yeah,
the halfway point in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will say that doesn't address what I my argument, but I that's fair. It's another point in favor of some sort of change in Tom. I just feel I like this about the Final Saga. Yeah, because I really do like that about the Final Saga, that everything feels like it could pop off at any moment, and X, Y, Z is all connected. But this is very interesting. There's a lot of weird lines and things that point to it. So
would you think it would be more? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was probably gonna ask the same thing. Do you feel like it would make more sense if it was the opposite way? If 2 years passed on Elbaf was 3 days outside the real world,
like some type of a hyperbolic time chamber shit.
yeah.
I think that makes a lot. I think that I like that a lot better than the opposite for sure. That's what I'll say.
I actually do not like that one.
Really?
That's fair.
Yeah, funny enough, and I think the reason why is because it makes less sense than the other way around. And the only reason why I say that is because it makes more sense for it to be the other way around, just off the simple fact that giants have naturally longer lifespans. So if it was like, if a week here is like a year in the outside world, or like 1 year here is like 2 years out there, that would make a lot more sense to how giants feel like when they live on Elbaf. They might have like a quote unquote more normal, but normal is, like I said, subjected to them. Just from their perspective, it's a more normal lifespan to what it equates to normal to us. Like 100 years, 80 years to 100 years is like normal lifespan for us. 300 is for them. So, you know, if time moved faster outside than it did on the, you know, on the inside, then I feel like that equates more so to like a giant's natural lifespan, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Question: how long were they fighting on Little Garden?
100 years. 100 years. So I think their lifespan is probably just crazy.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy, bro.
If we're going with the whole time loop distortion theory, then that might have some precedence as to why Little Garden still had prehistoric animals and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, guys, actually, I think there's proof that time is the same inside and outside. It's that Loki said I was caught 6 years ago, and Shanks became a Yonko 6 years ago. I think we were equating that those two things are probably very similar.
You know what?
Sorry.
Might have killed the whole thing.
Yeah, like Loki at least experienced 6 years of being tortured, and the Giants.
He's lying.
They could very well be lying.
That 6 years could be like Elbaf years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then we start going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, then it's like, how does it match up? But it does seem to match up with real time.
I don't know. I feel like
that's also if we assume that's why Shanks became a Yonko and gained a following of Elbaf. That's only if we assume that, which hasn't been confirmed.
If he says that he fought, or that the Shanks incident happened 6 years ago, how does he? I'm trying to think about how I'm trying to word it properly. How does he know? How is he keeping track of time? Locked up.
I knew that's where you were going. I thought you were basically trying to ask how is he perceiving time?
Right, because like he could think in 6 years, but if the time distortion is mixed up, his 6 years could not actually be 6 years in the real world. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Chained up down there too, right?
Yeah, like he's seeing the same shit. Yeah.
The question is, it's either much shorter or much longer, right? Like it's either been much longer than 6 years, or been much shorter than 6 years. Then I'm just trying to think of, like, does that mean Shanks beat him 2 years ago, which I feel like doesn't make much sense, or did he beat him much longer than that, which I don't think it makes much sense because Shanks wasn't like, he didn't seem like a, who knows.
So the theory ain't
No, but I feel like
it's just Loki's trash and figuring out.
Yeah, I'm crying.
We're in the mix, bro.
I mean, this is what Loki comes in the mix, right? Like, giving us like. We're not sure what's what anymore now.
I feel like the 6 years point isn't too.
It's not concrete.
Yeah, I feel like it's not to dwell upon because I'm just thinking about it. I feel like there's numerous ways that it could have legit happened 6 years ago, and Elbaf is still in some sort of time dysmorph.
But I also feel like it's like we're taking the long way on purpose. In that sense, like in the sense of like the reasoning, like we are not taking Loki at face value to support the theory that Elbaf time is fucked up, rather than like taking the like what we know as the facts, air quotes. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of, it seems like we're using Loki's. We're like, okay, Loki got to be bugging, but why? Right?
Wait. Well, hold up. What if the underworld isn't affected by it? What if by going on the rainbow, that starts the time warp thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like some
Potentially, for sure.
magic shit.
Oh, because what you said earlier, Mister, is making me think that now.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, what you said about the natural Norse mythology and
Mhm.
Mjolnir and the Bifrost and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, how that's also like translating to like technically different realms.
Mm-hmm.
So different realms might operate on different time frequencies. So the underworld might be just different.
Regular time, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just assumptions, but that's
I'm
what we
on.
got.
I'm on team time loop. I ain't gonna lie. I'm on team time loop.
Me too.
So the whole Elbaf from top to bottom is time loop.
I don't want to concretely say that, but I do think that at some place in Elbaf, whether it's the whole thing or only on the second level, at some point in Elbaf, time gets distorted. I want to say in the way that it's slower or fast. I don't know how I'm trying to describe it. So where that 3 days on Elbaf is years in the outside world. I do agree with Wyhus's point that the way that the story has been progressing, it's in a way that things are happening currently to where a time skip might mess with the flow.
Yeah, I do see that.
I also think that this could be the final push to get to the actual end game of the story, whatever the final war is, etc. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
I want to. Okay, so I'm gonna take a different approach. Actually, I know that the story has said, like, I mean, the book / narrator said, don't worry about being here. Don't worry about your time being here or something like that.
Don't worry about your lost time or whatever.
Yeah. Don't worry about your lost time.
Yo, he deadass said that shit. Holy shit! I didn't even think about that.
Wasn't that like the whole point of like the lost time? I thought that's why we started this whole tangent.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at. I'm going to take a different approach, I would say, more pragmatic, realistic outlook on it. Just because, like, something about what he said right before the warning. He said, if there's one piece of advice that you should keep in the back of your mind, and then he says, should you venture out and arrive on Elbaf's vast, mysterious soil, all that other stuff, that sounds more like as you dig deeper into the depths of Elbaf.
Bro, where did you get that line from? Was that from TCB?
Yeah, that was TCB. That wasn't the official.
Oh, yeah. That what was
kind of similar, gigantic and mystical.
It's more or less the same.
Mystical.
Yeah, it's more or less the same shit.
Yeah, it's still more or less the same. But point is, it sounds more to me like just there's like Elbaf dangers in the sense of like wildlife, crazy, things like kind of like how the Grand Line has crazy things for its waters and stuff like that, like the giant the
Neptunians and whatnot.
Yeah, crazy stuff. I think Elbaf got stuff like that for its, but on land.
I agree with that. I definitely read that at face value, especially, and I think I can't read Japanese. I wish I could ask my boy earlier to tell us what the Japanese says for the line about the lost time and stuff like that, because I don't think it's in TCB at all. He says those who venture, I consider it would be a great chance to turn away from this marvelous land. He's basically saying you'd be missing out if you've never been to Elbaf, if you're an adventurer. So there's like I do read this line as like the last line. Do not overstay your welcome. Do not linger there for too long. I read that as like there's stuff under the hood here that you don't want to be part of. Either there's danger, and again, I really think this whole panel, the middle panel with the silhouette and this fucking bear staring at the camera, this shit is kind of scary. But I don't know if it's the art, like. It feels like there's way too much hidden in the background.
Right, like the panel right before the "do not stay there for too long."
Yeah,
it
that one.
looks like some dangerous more like, you know, dangerous stuff on Elbaf in general.
Jumanji type shit.
Yeah.
So I think that was like that's like the layer 1 reading that I'm probably going with. But yeah, it seems like the lost time thing and like the people drawing connections to what Shanks said.
Oh well,
like there's like a lot of.
Yeah, I don't want to get misconstrued because I absolutely think that's the layer 1 meaning, like you said. I'm 100% in agreement with that. Like they showed this panel, this mysterious guy, this bear in the middle. There's immediate threats and dangers on Elbaf that they're gonna have to contend with at some point.
Mm-hmm.
The time loop thing is more the grand scheme of things, the overall scheme.
It's definitely throwing us in a loop, you know.
Yeah, it had us in the mix, bro.
Question for y'all: how long? Because I remember them saying that the Giants were missing for a while. Was it 200 years?
It was 100 years.
It was 100 years. Okay.
Yeah, the Dorian and Broggy were fighting for 100 years.
Fuck, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
100 years, that's a lot, dude.
But I don't think it was like because of distortion of time. I think it was just more or less they were missing in action just because.
They were just trying to fight. I think it's like I think even in like the world governments, like I don't think they don't have a bounty anymore because the bounty. Because
they were probably retired.
And like the government says like they went missing 100 years ago or whatever. And I think what's their names? We saw them in this arc. The Enies Lobby's guardsmen, Oimo and Kashi. They were at Enies Lobby for 50 years, like in real time.
Yeah.
So there's some.
Wait, so they were there for 50 years, but Dorian and Broggy were missing. So what if these two were on Elbaf, right? And then like
they went looking for them.
Yeah, but so that means there's 50 years missing that these two were somewhere. You know what I mean? Like.
I think
the time the math is not mathing. Like
wait, hold on.
I think they went missing looking for them 50 years after they disappeared.
Right, yeah. I'm about to say after they went missing because we got to remember like 50 years. Like I think they even said it themselves at one point that 50 years isn't nothing for
Giants. Yeah.
So they were like, and that's where they were in that deal with the government. It was like, hey, you know, you serve us for 50 years, we'll help you out find your captains, knowing that they couldn't do that.
But, it's like 6 or 7 years in our time.
6, yeah.
Like if we kind of try to like make them equal or whatever. Yeah, it's like so 50 years to them is like 6, 7, maybe 10 years.
I say like that's like 50 years to them is like probably 10 to 15.
Yeah. So like it's not insane, but it is still a lot. Like a bit of
it is a long time.
Sentence.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm really interested in what the fuck Louis Arnot was. What was
he cooking?
Yeah, like what does he mean? Don't stay there for too long. I hope there's like some sort of low key, like I don't mean the character. I mean on the lowest of keys, like some sort of maybe not conspiracy, but there's some maybe mystical like underworld thing going on. I don't know, man. I'm so like it could be anything, bro.
Yeah, for sure. End of the chapter. Definitely got a lot. This is looking like it's gonna be a long arc. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
we're gonna be here for. I'm gonna guess a few years. We're gonna be in Elbaf. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Egghead was what, 2 years?
A year and a half. So
yeah, something like that.
Year and a half. Yeah. Well, how long was Wano?
Wano's 4 years.
4 or 5, yeah.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while, man. We're gonna be here for a while.
Yo, so before we get off that panel, do you think these are the Straw Hats? Like Bonnie's on it and Lilith?
I'm iffy on Lilith. I think Bonnie has a better chance than Lilith. I don't think that they're both going to be on the Straw Hat crew. If I had to choose, I'd say Bonnie. If I really had to choose, I would say neither. But it does look like Oda's hinting towards
or something.
Towards these guys as Straw Hats. So
yeah, and I do wonder what, like, cause I also don't agree. I don't think Lilith is a Straw Hat.
Yeah.
Or going to be a Straw Hat, but I wonder what her role is, like why she's part of this arc.
I mean, she's a scientist, though. I mean,
no, absolutely. I just wonder, like, in terms of like what role she's gonna play, like I'm just so interested in, bro. I just need to know.
Well, she has all the info. She has all the info, right? Because of the punk records. So
right, punk records plus the Vegapunks have read
read all the books.
Yep.
all the
horror
Ohara books.
Yep.
Plus, on top of that, if there's any credence to the time loop theory, she would be the first person to probably find out among the Straw Hat crew.
Or to figure it out too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm big on Bonnie Straw Hat.
Yeah, me too. I do like that.
Same.
I like that.
Same. I prefer that.
Yeah, all right then. Any last questions, comments, concerns before we wrap it up?
Nah, man, this shit was Oda. Thank you, bro. This shit was perfect.
Oda the GOAT.
Yeah.
Go.
Again, that panel of Age of Luffy, Usopp, that's one for the ages, bro.
Yeah, definitely peak stuff.
I hope someone takes the panel of all the Straw Hats, including the Luffy and Usopp one, and just put them all together and color it in. That looks nice.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's gonna be it for this episode. Big shout out to everybody that hung out with us in chat. Shout out to the boy Shade holding it down in the chat.
Yes, and John Sherrod on the YouTube
John Sherrod as well. Much love to the brother. If you're not watching these episodes live, you need to be watching these episodes live every Sunday at 12 at twitch.tv/Cali_Mac or YouTube at Strawhat Sitdown. Big shout outs to everybody watching the pod after the fact on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, etc. We appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you guys follow us on all our socials at Strawhat Sitdown on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You look for us, you will find us.
Yes, sir.
Apparently we're getting a chapter next week, so stay tuned. These chapter releases have been a little iffy lately, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We'll keep you guys posted on our socials.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you guys follow the socials. It'll be up to date. That's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Until next time, you guys take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Straw Hat Sitdown crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's wild huss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, Matt the captain, make them rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece